one secret letter, one stolen glance, and one moment in the ballroom that could destroy everything. That is how part 2 begins. Just when everyone thought the season would calm down, the tension rises even higher. Love is no longer soft and sweet. Now it feels risky. Now it feels dangerous. And in the world of Bridgerton, danger always comes with a price. In part 2, the story picks up right after the emotional storm of part 1. The main couple is no longer standing on steady ground. In public, they still smile. They still dance. They still speak with polite words. But behind those smiles, something has changed. There is doubt. There is fear. The trust they once had now feels thin, like glass ready to crack. At the last ball, we saw how one small misunderstanding turned into a deep wound. A private conversation was overheard. A promise was questioned. And now both hearts are guarded. What makes this even more painful is that their love is real. You can see it in the way they look at each other from across the room. You can feel it in the silence between their words. But love alone may not be enough this time. The social pressure around them is stronger than ever. The Ton is watching. Every move they make becomes gossip by morning. One wrong step could lead to shame for both families. And that is where the real tension begins. In this world, marriage is not just about love. It is about name, power, and respect. If their bond breaks, it will not only break their hearts, it will shake their families. Friends may be forced to choose sides. Mothers will whisper plans behind closed doors, and enemies will wait for the perfect moment to strike. The beauty of part 2 is how it shows that love is not only about passion, it is about courage. It is about standing strong when everyone expects you to fall apart. We also see a change in the main character's personality. In part 1, they were hopeful and open. Now they seem more serious, more careful. There is a quiet strength growing inside them. Instead of reacting with tears, they begin to think ahead. Instead of running away from conflict, they face it. This growth is important because it shows that heartbreak can either weaken you or make you stronger. And in this case, it is slowly building a stronger version of the person we first met. But strength also comes with risk. The more confident they become, the more they challenge the rules of society. And in a world like this, breaking rules never goes unpunished. At the same time, small details in the first look tell us that emotions are far from settled. The camera lingers on their hands, almost touching but pulling away at the last second. A dance that feels too intense to be just polite. A conversation in a quiet garden where voices are soft but eyes are full of fire. These moments are not loud, but they speak clearly. There is unfinished business between them. There are words that still need to be said. And until those words are spoken, peace will not return. Part 2 is not just about fixing a broken romance. It is about deciding what matters more: pride or love, reputation or happiness, safety or passion. The characters now stand at a crossroads. One path leads to comfort, but no real joy. The other path leads to risk but true love. And as the pressure grows, we are left wondering which path they will choose. Because in this world, once a choice is made, there is no easy way back. When a single name is written in ink, lives can change overnight. And in the world of Bridgerton, ink is more powerful than any sword. Part 2 builds toward one final storm, where love, pride, and reputation all collide in front of the entire Ton. This is not just about romance anymore. This is about survival. As the season moves toward its final moments, the main couple can no longer hide behind polite smiles. The tension that once lived in quiet glances now explodes into open truth. There comes a scene where they are forced to speak honestly, without masks, without careful words. Every fear is finally said out loud. The hurt from the past is no longer pushed aside. And in that raw moment, we see who they truly are. Not the perfect lady, not the charming gentleman. Just two people afraid of losing each other, but also afraid of losing themselves. This emotional release feels heavy, but it is also freeing. Because sometimes love cannot grow until the truth is faced. But love is only one battle. The greater war is with society itself. The whispers grow louder. Invitations become fewer. Friends begin to distance themselves to protect their own names. The tongue does not forgive easily. And just when it seems things cannot get worse, a new scandal threatens to explode. A secret that was once safe is now close to being exposed. If it comes out, it will not only damage one person, it will affect families, futures, and every plan that has been carefully built. The fear of public shame hangs in the air like a storm cloud ready to burst. In these final moments, strength becomes more important than status. One bold decision changes everything. Instead of running from the truth, someone chooses to stand tall in front of everyone. It is a risky move. It could end in heartbreak. But it also shows growth. The character we met at the beginning of the season would never have taken such a brave step. This is the power of the journey. We see how pain has shaped them. We see how love has tested them. And now we see who they have become. The romance reaches its breaking point in a scene filled with emotion. There are no grand speeches, just honest words and steady eye contact. The choice is simple, but life-changing. Stay safe and walk away, or fight for love, even if the world turns against you. When the answer finally comes, it feels earned, not rushed, not forced. Every look, every tear, every moment from part 1 and part 2 leads to this decision. And whether the ending brings joy or bittersweet peace, it feels real. As the final scene fades, one thing becomes clear. In this world, reputation can open doors, but courage decides your fate. Love is never easy in high society. It demands sacrifice. It demands strength. And sometimes it demands that you risk everything. Part 2 closes one chapter, but it also plants seeds for what comes next. New tensions remain. Old rivals are not fully defeated. And somewhere in the shadows, another story is ready to rise. Because in the end, the biggest question is not who will marry whom. The real question is this: when the next scandal begins, who will be strong enough to stand in the light? And who will hide in the dark?